middle of August. So it's been a month since I've done a update on what this garden looks like out the front. I'm sitting out here watering. I'll take a break here for just a second. Like that is now one massive mound. Massive mound. That's probably a good 3 foot high in the middle of squash plants. I had some Cinderella pumpkins that were growing. Unfortunately, it looks like the deer have straight up taken a bite out of my pumpkins. So I'll probably pop them off and see if the goats will eat them. See, check that out. Darling little dumplings. I've got more cucumbers than I can shake a fist at. They're still hiding back there in the trellis. They're still growing. Oh look, here's a spaghetti squash. Deer ate that too. I guess sometimes it'll happen, but I think that there's gonna be enough out here. It's not really gonna matter. I do have some lovely squashes growing. Look, this sweet meat. There's another baby spaghetti squash. And this is well, it's hard to tell because there's a bunch of squash over that way, and you can see in there all of the watermelon vines. I originally had one that was like the size of a softball, and I'm actually gonna have to go wading into those plants to find it. But I have 2 more. Look at this guy. He's probably at least the size of a volleyball or bigger. And there's another one right there. In the middle there, I don't know if you can see that right there. That's sweet potato. I had made my own slips out of a couple sweet potatoes in one of those like plastic lettuce containers up on a windowsill and just kept them moist. And I got slips, and those slips, they did really well. Once it finally started to produce slips, it did really well. I bought slips because I thought it wasn't producing any slips whatsoever. But look at how happy. This is my yam plant in Southwest Washington. I got yams. Yams are growing. This one's a little stunted, but it was in there with some potatoes, so maybe it'll take off. Here is some more yam. Look at how this came out. Yeah, that's insane. This one's not doing as well as the other 2, but that's okay. Like, I'm really happy with how well the other 2 barrels of yams are doing. So that one and this other one I'm about to show you, I had started them and I planted the yam slips in kind of a radish crop. And that one is obviously struggling. This one was 2 that I planted in with some potatoes I had growing. The potatoes didn't do much. But look at this guy. Is this good? Yeah, it's doing awesome. This is only like 2 plants that are doing really well, but whatever, it's doing really well. I'm letting that go to seed because some of my other broccoli seed didn't make broccoli. It made what looked like some sort of weird collard green. Yeah, it was super weird. My lettuce is bolting, and that's fine. This is not a problem to me because once these seed heads get a little more developed, I need to come on through here and I need to thin all this out and plant some new stuff. But pardon me, I'm not going to do that until after our heat wave's done because we're supposed to have like 4 days of mid-upper 90s skirting with 100. And so this extra shade will be good for the garden at the moment. But those seed heads, I will use them and sprinkle them and hopefully get some fall lettuce. And this is what green beans look like when the deer eat them, because the deer are not awesome. I did notice, though, I do have some green beans out here that I need to come out and pick. And then I have 2 random kale plants and some beets and carrots, and there's some more kale and collards at the end. So all in all, I'm really happy with how everything out here has turned out. It's super exciting. And then, I haven't shown them at the back, but my tomatoes, it's serious jungle that I can't walk through in places, so I have to go out there and probably tend to that again, probably after the heat wave, because extra foliage means more shade for the base of the plant, which is kind of a protector, but end of this week I'll get out there and I'll prune it. So yeah, everything looks fantastic. Just, you know, get out there and farm your yard.